it has been a little bit quiet here on my channel and also on my Instagram account during the last approximately 3 or 4 weeks. This was due to just the fact that life is happening, and I must admit I had some challenges that I was faced with during the last 2 or 3 months. And so, yeah, I think I'm still struggling with finding my own way of incorporating time for creativity in these times where I have the feeling I don't have time for creativity. You know what I mean? I think there are a lot of people out there, and I'm convinced that there are also some of you who have the feeling that there is no time for creativity when you have a lot of stress and when you have a lot of challenges that need a lot of your energy. And yeah, of course, I think we have all 5 minutes every day that we could use for being creative in our journals or, you know, in any kind of way. But it is often just our mind that says, no, you don't have the time. Today was a challenge and you just don't have the time. You just don't have 5 minutes. And I mean, obviously, this is not true, but yeah, I think I'm still learning how I can manage to be creative at least for 5 minutes, even in these times, because I think, especially in these times where you feel stressed and low of energy, it is important to be creative. So I'm really, really happy to be finally back at my studio desk again, and these papers already stick to my jelly plate. Yeah, and as you can see, this video is going to be another episode of my jelly printing series. And this is just perfect for me because finding my way back to creativity after a time of having no mojo, you know, jelly printing is my go-to technique for finding back to creativity. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm really, really happy that I started my jelly printing series a few weeks ago here on my channel. So I can finally make another video and get back on my jelly plate and be creative again. So I want to start today with some super fun and easy, messy block printing, or you know, color blocking in any kind of way, or just playing around technique with my jelly plate. And yeah, this is going to be just a little video where I want to show you how I use my jelly plate to create these fun papers. I think this is not a tutorial because it is just me showing you my approach to jelly printing. And of course you can see it as a tutorial. I'm trying my best to explain all the steps that I make, but be warned, if you want to have it clean and you want to have clean shapes, then obviously this is not the right video for you because I love messy art. I love being messy with my jelly plate as well to get these fun results. And this is already one of my favorite prints. So yeah, let's dive right in and have some fun with this super easy technique. So this is my setup for today and for every jelly printing session. I always need a brayer, of course, to get my paint onto my jelly plate. This jelly plate has the size approximately DIN A4. Of course, you need paint. I love using, at the moment, my Liquitex acrylics, and these are Tesa acrylics. I have them in my stash. You can use any acrylic paint that you have in your stash, obviously. And what I also love to pay attention to is how opaque or translucent my paints are. You have these signs here, at least on the Liquitex acrylics. This sign here shows you how opaque the paint is. Obviously, this is a black square. This light pink is opaque, while this cadmium yellow light is half opaque or half translucent. You can see it as you want. And this fluorescent pink is translucent. And I love combining these intentionally and also not intentionally, because you get amazing results if you combine them, because you can see obviously the layers below through the fluorescent pink because it is translucent, and this can lead to really interesting results, and I hope I can show you later some examples for this effect. Then what I also prepared is I just grab a pile of paper. This is thicker paper. Let me quickly grab the packaging. This is this paper. I bought it on Amazon, Germany. It says 160 GSM. It's a normal paper that you can use for copy printer, laser printer, inkjet, and fax, obviously. This is the brand. I found out that this paper leads to beautiful results, and the colors really come out very bright and beautiful. So I always have some papers here because I want to show you a technique where I work on several papers simultaneously. Wow, what a difficult word. What I also have is this book. This is an old book where I go over with my brayer to get rid of the rest of the paint that I have on my brayer after applying the paint on my jelly plate. And that way you get nice collage fodder or any kind of paper that you can use in your projects. And yeah, that's a really, convenient thing to have this book laying here on the table as well. So the great thing about the technique that I want to show you today is you can absolutely go with the flow and you nearly don't have to think at all. And isn't that just perfect? So we will start by selecting a color. And for the first layer that I apply on my jelly plate, for this technique, I usually don't want to use black, for example, or a really dark opaque color. I love starting with some bright colors. So at the moment, I'm totally obsessed with this light pink here. And what I want to do at first is I just apply one complete layer of this paint. And what you can see here, let me zoom you in a little bit so that I can show you better what I want to tell you. You can see these areas here where you have the feeling that the paint wants to come off the jelly plate again. You can see this here. And the longer you wait, you get the feeling that these areas get bigger. This is usually an effect that I get when I start with my jelly plate, when I start the session. And this gets better with every print you pull. And you will immediately see, I think, the second layer of paint, when I apply this, you probably won't be able to see this effect anymore. Oh, and here you can see now, I already waited too long. And when the paint is already relatively dry and you go over with your brayer, then you take off the paint again. So this is really dry already. Oh, I will just take one of these because I won't be able to show you what I want to show you with this paint that is already this dry. So I will quickly take off the paint and start again. Here you can see this is really already dry, but that doesn't matter. I will just apply a second layer. As I want to do some kind of messy color blocking, I position my paper randomly on the plate, like so. That's already enough. And then, oh, look how smooth this print is. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is so satisfying. So now, as you can see, I have obviously the paint only on parts of the paper. And the good thing is that you can now just go on with these papers because, and that's what I totally love about jelly printing, the paint is immediately nearly completely dry. I mean, this is a little bit sticky, but you can see here, there is no paint at all that comes off. So what I will do now is just apply a second color. And this paint, of course, can stay on the jelly plate. And I hope to get a really grungy look. You can see here, the paint this time is really, this is a really thin layer of this purple. And now I'm just deciding relatively intuitively how I want to put my paper on the jelly plate. So you can see here, this is the pink part. And now I think I want to do it like so. And to be honest, I can't tell you why I do it like this, why I make this decision. But that's okay, because I want to encourage you to just go with the flow and to stop overthinking when you make art. And this process is just perfect to learn this. Oh, and as you can see here, I lifted up the first layer of this pink as well, together with the purple. Ooh, can you see this grungy look here? This is so beautiful. And of course I have these colors. I have an overlap situation here. I love it. I love it. Which color? I think we need a little bit of a contrast. How about this turquoise here? Or let's do this. Cadmium yellow. This is a nearly a neon yellow. So let me show you how to get a piece here. So you can, what you can do is, if you don't want to place the complete paper on here, but you just want to have some kind of a section here with the yellow, you can position the paper like this and hold this piece of the paper up and just go over with your hand or 3 or 2 fingers here and take off the print. So you have just this here, and you have this grungy rest here. I love it. This is gorgeous. And I think I will now take a new sheet of paper and pull this print. And I don't have the plan to get all the yellow paint off from the jelly plate, because I love these leftover paint here on my jelly plate, because this is the way that you get the lovely grungy look. And the more layers you add here, the more beautiful the grunge will get. So now I want this contrasting color, or shall we at first use this pink? No. Let's take this turquoise here. And now I want to combine the turquoise with the black. So I'm applying 2 colors in one step. Obviously, these 2 colors are opaque. So yeah, if I would put the paper onto the jelly plate, these layers would, I would not be able anymore to see them. So I just want to have these paints as some kind of highlights and contrasting areas here on my paper. And as well, here I'm only lifting up some portions here. And as you could see, I'm not rubbing. I don't know how you would say it. I'm just gently petting my paper a little bit. That way I can control a little bit how much paint I will pull from the jelly plate with my paper. Ooh, can you see this? This is lovely. I love this. So we have this paper here. Let's try to get this area here black. Well, this is a little bit tricky. So I'm just going over here where I want to have the black. Of course, the paper here has contact to the jelly plate as well, but I don't go over here. So I'm hoping not to lift up a lot of black. Yes, can you see this? Oh, and here we have this beautiful paper, and I can see if I put the paper here, I will take off this turquoise and hopefully some grunge from here as well. And well, let me add a little bit here as well. So what do we do now with this leftover paint? I think as these colors are really dark, I now want to clean my jelly plate a little bit. And so I grab this orange, neon orange. This orange is obviously now the last layer of paint that I apply before putting on my paper. But it will be, you know, the first layer on my paper. So we will have the first paper that has contact to the paper in orange. And then we will have the turquoise and the black on top of the orange when we pull the print. And yeah, in the beginning when I started jelly printing, this was really, I don't know, I had the feeling I totally don't understand how this layering thing works and what color I have to apply at first on the jelly plate so that I can have this color in the end on top of my finished print. This was really difficult for me to understand. Please leave me a comment down below if you know what I mean. So I'm waiting now approximately, I would say 2 or 3 minutes, I would say, because the black and the turquoise was already pretty dry. So I lift up the edge a little bit of my paper and I can already see it will probably work and I can pull the print. Okay, I mean, why is this green now? I think the turquoise and the, you know, the yellow mixed here, and this is totally grungy. I love it. I really love it. So now this is relatively clean. I don't want to have it cleaner. And let's think about our next color. How about this magenta? Okay, now I'm trying to get more grunge on my papers. So let's bend this a little bit. Oh, I love this. And you can see here, as this color has this sign, can you see this? It is half opaque. You can see the layers underneath and the colors, even this yellow color, through the magenta. And I love this. Let me add a strip here. And maybe one here. This is tricky. I want to have it here. And it's like this. This should work just a little bit. Yes. And we have this grungy paper. I will just put this on the jelly plate completely. Ooh, that's gorgeous. So, what does it need? Definitely needs more grunge. And I absolutely love combining these colors with a little bit of some neutrals. So I will apply this one. And this is relatively opaque and nearly empty. You can also apply just a little bit of paint on one half of the jelly plate, of course. You don't have to use your whole jelly plate. So I don't want to have this color everywhere on my print, of course. That's gorgeous. And you can already see now there is not much paint left here, so I just can try to pull the rest. So this is the situation now. These are two of them and the third one. I love this. I love this so, so much. Well, does it need something more, to be honest? How about I have this gorgeous blue here. This is some kind of a royal blue. Let's try this. Let's be brave. I will now apply this blue on the right side of my jelly plate because this beige here is not completely dry yet. And I don't want the two colors to mix. Let's be brave. Ooh, I like it. Maybe here. Yes, this is way better. And now we get the grunge that I love. Wow. Yes. Here. Well, you can already see I don't have, there is nearly no paint left. What if I just, no. Let's try to pick up this here on the edge. Yes. And maybe some here. Oh, great. So I think I'm finished with these, but the best is yet to come. I think you always get the best results when you clean your jelly plate. And if you've watched my latest video about jelly printing, I told you that I don't clean my jelly plate with a towel or under water or something like this. I clean the jelly plate by just pulling a last print. And I still have to wait for this blue paint here to be dry. So I will wait, I think, 2 minutes more, and then I will apply one layer of paint. This yellow will look great. Yes, I think I will apply this yellow when the blue is dry, and then I show you how I clean my jelly plate. So this paint has dried completely. I mean, my fingers are dirty, but not from this paint here. It's completely dry. And now I apply the last layer for this session. And you can see I chose a half opaque paint. And I'm trying to spread the paint everywhere, especially on the edges, because the edges are really, really grungy and I love this. Okay, then let's be fast and put the paper on. I'm trying to cover the jelly plate completely with my paper. You can see here the paper is slightly smaller than the jelly plate. So I will just go over here with this other piece of paper. And, oh, okay, you can already see this is the leftover paint from this piece here from the jelly plate. And you can even rub off the paint. Okay, and now I will wait for approximately 5 minutes, I guess, because I want to lift up all of the paint that I still had left here on my jelly plate. And I found out that approximately 5 minutes is really good for this to get this result. So make sure that the paper is really flat on your jelly plate and really sticks to your jelly plate. And then we wait. Okay, and before pulling the last print, 5 minutes are over now, I lift up an edge carefully, and then I can already see if I still have paint on my jelly plate. And obviously there is no paint here. So this is perfect. This shows me, okay, I can pull the last print. And even if you see, okay, there is still a lot of paint here on my plate, just put the paper back on your plate and wait for 2 or 3 more minutes. Oh, and you can see here, obviously, this was not enough, or the paint was already too dry. This could be another possibility. Yes, it was already too dry. Okay, but can we please talk about this result? I mean, If this isn't grungy and beautiful, then I don't know. I love these last prints so much. I can't tell you. So you can see here there is still some yellow on my jelly plate, but that doesn't matter. I don't care because I know when I start my next jelly printing session, I already have some grunge on my plate, and that's obviously perfect. So let me quickly show you what we made today. We have this cleaning print. I love this so much. We have this print where we cleaned the plate in between the papers. And we have the main characters here. And isn't this just beautiful? This is an abstract painting. This is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And imagine cutting this down, using this sheet of paper for tags or as a journal cover. You can make a postcard out of it. You can cut some journaling cards out. You can go on and add some more layers. You can collage on them. You can add, I don't know, anything you like, other mediums, maybe wax pastels, neocolors. You can add some white splatters with gesso or white acrylic paint. You can stencil on, you can stamp on it. It's, I mean, this sparks my creativity, and of course I hope it sparks your creativity as well. So I hope you liked this video oh well, and we even have this grungy paper from in between. So I nearly forgot it. This is beautiful as well. So I hope you liked this video, and if you liked it, I would be really happy if you would leave me a thumbs up, and if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so that you won't miss my new videos. Thank you so much for watching if you're new on my channel. Thank you so much for watching if you came back to my channel. And I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!